guys, today we're going to be speaking about the reasons why you do not need to go to a design school to learn design. So those of you that have been following my channel, this is the first time you guys are getting to see my face. If you know me, hi. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Chad. Nice to meet you guys. And today I'm going to be taking you through a whole bunch of reasons as to why you do not need to go to a design school. Just to give you a background on myself, I am a graphic designer. I've been doing this for about 6 years. I studied graphic design. I'm not going to say where. I studied graphic design and I finished off in 2017. And ever since then, it's been a whole journey that I've been on, trying to get to see where my niche is in the graphic design industry. It is quite broad because you can go in videography, illustration, maybe even website designing and so on. And it's it's very broad and there's definitely a market for it. But I focus more on corporate designing. That includes like logos, business cards, maybe social media advertising and social media posts as well. That is what I specialize in. I also do digital marketing and websites. My journey actually began after I finished studying, because I found that when I went to study, I actually was just in the process of learning more about design and learning how completely different it was from what I actually had in high school. Because in high school, we actually just learned the different movements, the history basically of design, and that includes like Art Deco, postmodernism, and so on and so on. You learn the history and whatnot of all of that, of Bauhaus, and all of the different styles of designs and the history basically of design. And one thing I found is that when I transitioning from high school to studying, it was a completely different shift, because obviously in university it was a lot more practical than it was in school. Because school, we kind of just had to sketch a lot and do a lot of those things, because I don't know why they think all designers can draw, because I personally cannot draw. I would definitely ruin a stick man, that's for sure. And yeah, it's just something that there's a misconception about, is that everyone thinks that to be a good designer you need to actually learn how to draw, or you need to be able to draw, which is not true. But if you plan to be an illustrator, then yeah, you do definitely need to learn how to draw. It started to really pick up after I finished studies and whatnot, and yeah, it began right after I left school. And when I came into university to study, I actually started to fall in love with it a lot more than I did actually while I was in school. Because in school, we all are quite unsure what way to go. But as soon as I left school and I started studying design, I knew this is what I would like to do, and I just fell in love with the whole industry and how it works. But with regards to studying, it didn't really teach me a lot with regards to what the industry itself is like. We just learned basically we learned Dreamweaver, we learned the whole Adobe suite, basically Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver, Premiere Pro, After Effects. After Effects is something that I wish I was brilliant at, but it just escapes me. But I'll get there soon. I'll definitely get there soon. And so on. We just learn the programs, and so on. And one thing I found out of my whole experience while studying, is that your best teacher through and through, your best teacher is YouTube. That is that is my one takeaway advice from this whole video. If you take nothing away, that advice is the only advice I have for you. Because YouTube, there is obviously endless supply of tutorials, different designers you can follow. I like to follow a guy named Chris Do. He's pretty big in the design field, and he just gives you amazing advice how to pursue your passion, and how to basically become the best designer that you can, and how to not focus too much on being an artist. Because as a designer, we just or an artist, we focus more on getting so good at our craft that we neglect focusing on how to learn skills like sales and negotiating, and basically how to build a business. Because ultimately, being a designer, that is what you want to work towards. Because working for someone as a designer is kind of like you're shooting yourself in the foot, because they'll never give you what you know you are worth. And that's one thing I seem to find a problem with when working for someone as a graphic designer, is that you never feel like you fully um, getting what you're worth. And that's why I personally promote what Chris Do sells about. If you go on his YouTube channel, he's always speaking about starting your own company, and I fully recommend that. It does, it is, it is I won't lie, it is quite big, and it does seem to get a bit intimidating. But one thing's for sure: if you take it one step at a time, even 1 hour every single day, it will add up to a lot. And luckily for me, I had a mentor. I'm not getting paid for this or any promotion or anything, but his name is Devin Thomas, and he's got a channel on YouTube named Neptune Designs, and where he teaches people how to use Google Ads. So yeah, go check that out. The best teacher you have is YouTube, because you don't really need someone to teach you. All you need to do is just sit with the programs. Don't focus too much on learning everything all at once, because you'll learn them as you go on. Because what I found is that when I need to do tutorials, for instance, when I need to learn a new tutorial on how to do something new, it works better that way, because you don't need to use that certain skill when you're not doing anything and you don't know. You just need an objective, and you need to make use of that skill in that objective, towards that objective. I mean, if you get what I'm trying to say, it helps a lot more. Especially helps you remember how to use the tool and makes your brain used to using it, instead of just using it all willy-nilly. Then when a real world situation comes where you need to use it, it's kind of like you just get lost and you're like, okay, wait, let me go relearn this. And that seems to be one other thing that always seems to happen a lot of the time. I never really grew until I actually left the studies, and I never learned as much as I did until I left the studies. Because once you leave and you go out on your own, it is pretty hectic out there. It's quite competitive. Not too competitive, because luckily each person has their own way they design and their own style, which I can say helps you stand out for you. And the right client or the right um, person that's hiring will find you and like your skills, and that's the main thing. And yeah, you will find a perfect fit for your style. Don't ever feel like you have to copy someone or pursue. Just be true to you, and that helps a lot. You can find your niche in the design industry pretty early on. I mean, I did, and you will see what you enjoy more or less. You will see like things about like that's not for you, or things that you don't feel like you find interesting. You know which things to scrape off, so that you can define and better your skills in a certain genre of graphic design. That's not something that a university or school can help you with. Something you need to do and figure out on your own time. It's similar to how, like how do I say, when you're dating, you don't exactly go for just any girl or any guy. You tend to gravitate to what attracts you. So likewise, yeah, pursue what attracts you. And likewise with dating, there are toxic people out there. So likewise, just know when to leave a certain genre in graphic design, because sometimes you do tend to give too much time towards something, rather than focus on something that you already good at, that you could be refining, if you understand what I'm trying to say. That's what I found. But by all means, once you've done refining what you're good at, you can definitely move on to the next thing, and so on and so on and so on. But one thing's for sure, you need to definitely get good at business as well in design, and good at negotiating and sales, because it's gonna happen a lot, especially when you're doing freelance work, that you're gonna need to be able to speak to people I know as artists, me personally, I do not like speaking to people because I just feel it's awkward. Like for me, I feel like when I'm trying to do business with someone, I feel like I'm begging someone, and I don't like to be in a position where I feel like I'm begging someone. But yeah, that's just me. If you guys feel any different, you can leave the comments down below and tell me how you guys felt. Or if you're just starting out, I would like to know if you need any guidance, or if you already ahead, be free to drop some tips on whatever you guys experienced or whatever you guys have been through, and I'll be happy to check that out. That's just a short brief history. But thank you guys for watching. There's more videos of this coming out soon. If you guys are looking for any corporate branding such as logos, business cards, and more, please contact us on our website www.astrodesigns.co.za. If you would like to check out some of our work, don't be afraid to visit our Instagram page or our Facebook page.